Hello everybody and welcome to Against the Fence. This is your latest UFC news with that real fan opinion, and the MMA world mourns tonight because Zabit Magomedsharipov has come out to the UFC and basically said that he is officially retired from competition. And look, he's had an impressive career. He has retired with only one defeat on his resume. He's finished 18-1 as a professional. And man, I'm so gutted. Now, multiple sources have told MMA fighting.com that the Russian 145-pounder has basically told the UFC that his decision is to retire from active competition. You know, I think a lot of fans on Twitter have been quite active as of recent. I mean, it's kind of gone out for a while now, really, trying to entice Zabit back. We've said multiple times that we wanted to see him back in the featherweight division because, you know, who's going to stop Volkanovski? That's kind of the thing that we're, we want competitors to line up for him, and Zabit would be a fantastic test for him. But, you know, it's unfortunate circumstances, really, you know. He came out on Twitter back in April that he was going to go and become a doctor. I guess financially that probably works out maybe a little bit better in the long run than fighting, of course. At least your mind is intact if you're doing that. Might drive you insane though, nonetheless. But you know, he's had some phenomenal moments in there. We're going to go through tonight some of his best performances that we've seen him in the past. You know, and just kind of maybe talk about those potential fights that we could have seen or hope to have seen. You know, I think if I remember rightly, did Zabit come out and say that at one point that he had something to do with he had an illness? I want to say it was something to do with a similar thing to Dan Hardy, right? It's kind of weird. I think he's still been training though, right? He's been training in the past. Can't remember why it was been so long ago now since he last fought and last was rumored to come back. That's it. Future health problems. Let me just go there. Ali Abdelaziz outlines Zabit Magomedov's UFC return plans. This is an old article I'm reading at the moment. Zabit is training. He's in the USADA person program. Much information concerns. I can't actually see what's next. He hasn't given any more information about Mago's health. The moment potential bouts. Follow needs to follow. It's conversation needs to have storms. It's like, hey, I day as much money. Yeah, I mean nothing. I can't find anything at the moment, but I know health issues was a factor. Which impacted, I think, his cardio, his respiratory system. So, yeah, you know, don't fight if you're not 100% kind of thing, I guess. You know, Brock Lesnar in the past had diverticulitis, still fought Alistair Overeem, and look, you know, where that kind of ended up with him. But I guess we should, what's it say? Damien Collins says, Zabit is just ducking Ash. But maybe the same way, of course. Ash chiming in says, such a shame, man. Such a talent. Yeah, he was. And, you know, let's talk about some of his finest moments, you know, because he's had multiple performance of the night bonuses. You know, two performance of the night times against Mike Santiago and Sheymon Moraes. Two fight of the night honors against Kyle Brocknick and Calvin Kattar, of course. The Calvin Kattar one was his last outing, and that was, you know, back in 2019 November. So like that was so long ago now. And you know, he's had insane submissions, of course. That kind of was it sort of stretch that he got against Brandon Davis, you know, almost like a banana split type submission, multiple, anaconda chokes, rear naked chokes, guillotine. You know, his resume, he was so good on the ground, and on the feet he was just as good, you know, because his kicking game was solid. He had solid fights against Jeremy Stevens as well as decision. I guess he did kind of look a little bit human in that Calvin Kattar fight. But look, we still wanted to see him fight upper echelon of the division and go on to fight upper echelon of the division. I think we kind of wanted him to fight Yair Rodriguez at one point because stylistically both guys like to throw wild kicks. It would be a fun one for the fans, of course. You'd imagine that Zabit would probably beat Yair because of his ground credentials. He'd be able to get it to the ground against Yair pretty easy. Going back when that fight was touted, I guess it was times where similar time to when I think Frankie beat Yair, maybe around then. So it's unfortunate, really. I'm so bummed out about this. Like, I've been wanting Zabit to come back for such some time. And I guess the fights that we could have seen him fight, Max would have been a fun one as well. Probably would have been very close. I think he would have struggled to get Max down to the ground, personally, in my opinion. That council bout, as I was just getting it up now, against Yair was back in 2020, August time. And then obviously before that, it was cancelled again in 2018. That was before the Brandon Davis fight. It was just one of those. It's just the one that got away, really, wasn't it? It was one of those fights. It's up there with the likes of GSP against Anderson Silva, Khabib against Tony Ferguson, of course, and many other matchups that we didn't get to see, like Brock Lesnar against Fedor, for example. That's one of them. It's going to be probably pushing your top 5 fights that could have gone and could have happened, amongst many others, of course, as well. Damien says he'll be back. Dana will offer a big bag. I don't know, man. It's hard for the UFC to offer a big bag when he's been out for so long, I guess the fans do want to see him, or wanted to see him back, but, I think it's a tough sell. It's a tough offer for the UFC to make, I think, in my opinion. He's been out for so long. The truth is, in the third round of the Kattar fight, he realised MMA wasn't for him. That simple. Ooh, big calls from Damien. It was a tough fight. It was a tough fight for him. His toughest test to date. But look, he still, I think, in my opinion, had time to progress in the sport. You think about his age now. He's only 31 now. He's been inactive for that long. Man, he's missing the primes of his career. Stylistically against Alexander Volkanovski, I guess. Man, I think it'll be a different one against Volk. Obviously, Zabit would be trying to throw those high kicks against Volkanovski. I think that'd be the one aspect that would throw Volkanovski off a little bit. But other than that, I think Volkanovski would still probably get through the fight. His ability to mix things up is second to none. And the fact that we saw him escape those submissions against Brian Ortega, Brian Ortega, in my opinion, I think is probably a bit stronger than Zabit. Zabit's got some height on him, I must admit. He's 6'1". I think Brian Ortega's just below that. So, I guess the height would be a little bit awkward for him in the clinch exchanges. But I think Volk's smart, man. He'd be able to stay away from the cage against Zabit. And to get Volkanovski in any kind of real danger, I think Zabit would have to take the back of Volkanovski. I think that's where the danger would lie. And, it would come to those fine margins where Zabit could take it. But, in my opinion, I would have had Volkanovski winning by a decision, in my opinion. Zabit never went a 5-round fight. That would have been interesting as well. Former ACB featherweight champion as well, to add to the list of accolades that he's had. Man, he's going to be missed. Chuck is in the comments any fights that you would have loved to have seen him fight, of course. I've just named 2 off the bat. Brian Hager, I guess, would have been a really good fun one as well. Damien says, I respect his decision, though. If you can get a safer bag, take it. Well, yeah, exactly. If you can get a safer bag and not get punched in the face, go for it. If you don't want concussion or CTE, then, by all means. Brian's 5'8". Thanks, Damo. Zabit is 5'11", I think. Yeah, I don't know. Wikipedia says that he's 6'1". He definitely kind of looks 6'1", but who knows with stats these days? UFC seems to get them wrong all the time. Yeah, I think the Brian Ortega one would probably be a closer fight. Hit a like on the video if you're quite sad about Zabit retiring as much as I am. You know, it's definitely a bummer. But man, I think we gotta move on, haven't we, with the division? Of course, Chen Sung would have been another good one as well. So many good fights, man. I'm just gonna cry myself to sleep, I think, tonight, guys. You know, but nonetheless, to bring out Giga versus Zabit, yes, that was another amazing one. You know, I think Zabit was far further in his career than Giga, in my opinion. But then, with after a long layoff, who knows? I guess nonetheless. But you know, not everything's doom and gloom. This Saturday, we've got an epic card, man. I've literally just been doing homework right now, and there's so many tough fights on the card. Hard to call. Tim Means against Kevin Holland, a dicey one. Of course, Donald Cerrone against Joe Lozon. We've got a fun one in a couple of fun ones in the prelims as well. It's going to be a stacked one. And of course, the main event, Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett in the featherweight division. And personally, I think early picking wise, I haven't done tape on it just yet. I'm yet to do it. I think I'll probably do it Saturday morning. But, you know, I'm favouring Kattar at the moment. I don't know about you guys. I think that Kattar can take it in the later rounds when Emmett starts to fade. But look, you know, tune in for the watch along this weekend because we're going to break it down for you guys in phenomenal fashion as always. It's a slightly earlier card as well. For the guys, for us guys in the UK, I'm just going to get the details up for you now. I think it's 12 p.m. over here, and then is it 7 p.m. for the US guys? Nearly got it. Yes, 7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Pacific time. So make sure you stay tuned for that, of course, because, look, man, it's going to be fireworks as always, because that's what we like here at ATF in the Against the Fence. All right, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm sad, you're sad, but pop your comments in the below in the chat. For example, if you haven't done so already, get in the Discord as well, where the chat, further chat continues throughout the day. But yeah, let us know your feelings. Stay tuned, guys. Take it easy. All the best.